Honesty so they can make the best of what resources they have. Here's our health correspondent, Catherine Jones.
Inside intensive care, the risk of infection is so high, special waterproof gowns are needed. But the UK is now so short of these that doctors and nurses are being asked to wear gowns that aren't waterproof and put a plastic apron on top instead. One doctor is so incensed she's been demonstrating outside Downing Street.
We're on our knees begging for PPE, and if we had enough, we wouldn't have grannies stitching up our masks, and we wouldn't have pensioners raising money for the NHS. It's not a charity. The government should have been prepared a long time ago.
The professional bodies representing critical care specialists are so concerned they've now publicly promised to back staff who refuse to work without the right kit. Clinicians should carefully evaluate the risks before taking a decision about whether to provide care, they state. Our 4 organisations will support those of their members who decide against exposing themselves to significant risk.
We didn't go into this profession to put ourselves at risk, and therefore this would be a very unique situation that we've never had to be in before, and we wanted to provide that moral support, if nothing else, for our members to be able to take control of this situation and to make the right decision for them at that moment in time.
A large hospital can need more than 4,000 disposable gowns a day. The government insists it is getting on top of things, though, with a consignment of 400,000 gowns due to arrive from Turkey.
It's just one of a number of measures we're taking to get protective equipment in place. For example, we've got 25 million gowns coming from China later this week, and we have already ramped up protective equipment. So there's been over 1 billion pieces of protective equipment that have been delivered.
Although a shipment of face masks and other PPE did arrive in Scotland over the weekend, the Turkish gowns delivery, due yesterday, still hasn't arrived. And previous PPE imports have turned out to be less than expected or completely different items altogether.
We need fewer promises and we need more action, and we need to make sure that we don't promise things until we've actually got the supplies in.
The nurses and doctors who need the most protective clothing are those trying to save the most seriously ill. But they are now anxious, even fearful, about not being protected well enough to perform their life-saving work.
Catherine Jones.